Check 1, 2.
All right.
Are we in?
We're back.
We're in. Well,
Okay.
technically we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We did go live at 3.
A lot of technical difficulties happened.
A lot.
But I think we are good now.
Yeah, we were having some mic issues.
Yeah.
You're going big time now, bro, so we need to up your game with your podcast equipment, I think. Anyways, yeah, guys, so we're going to do the live reaction to the college football release today of the 12-team brackets.
Yeah.
So since we were having some issues, we realized we had to stop. So we did see some. We tried to ignore the notifications because we wanted to have as real a reaction as possible. So we're going to watch. This has already been done, the release, but we're going to watch it live with you all now and then get our reaction from it, see where we're at. We're excited for the playoffs. I'm ready for it. So I think there's some very predictable teams that should be in it, and then where they're going to be ranked, and then who gets in and who doesn't is the big question.
Yeah. All right, do you want to hit our new intro, and then we can get right into
Yeah,
it?
let's do it.
All right. All right, I'm back. So, you just want to get right into it?
Yeah, let's start watching it. I can't wait to see who's named.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Tell them about what.
Well, there's obvious. We watched that Indiana-Ohio State game last night. This is what I will say. We already did kind of a college football ranking in the beginning of the year. We might have to revisit that, what we thought, because I was way off. I did pick Penn State to win the whole thing. Whoops! Oopsies! I'm going to be like Homer Simpson, just go back into the bushes. However, I'm pumped for Indiana. I had no clue who Mendoza was, the quarterback, and I am a huge fan of him. I am rooting for him to win the Heisman. Yeah. I think he's amazing. I think Signetti, the head coach, has done huge things. This basketball school
is now a football school,
just kind of like Florida State is a soccer school. You know, so anyways, I'm excited, but right off the bat, Indiana's going to be number 1. I already know it. So let's go.
The path starts right now with the unveiling of the 12 teams in the college football playoff. The journey goes to Miami Gardens, Florida, Hard Rock Stadium, January 19th. That is where the national championship game will be played. 12 teams in the field. The 5 highest-ranked conference champions, no matter which conference they come from. And then the next 7 highest-ranked teams after that will make up the 12 teams. So Zach, our graphics operator, has everything ready to go. So let's start with the number 1 team in the final college football playoff rankings. It is the Big Ten champion, Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana number 1 for the first time in school history.
And there wasn't an easier call made today.
I think we might be able to be heard. But I will say this, on our podcast,
1945, just this year, they got out of the cellar for the losingest team in the history of the sport. And now they go into this playoff number 1, the Signetti turnaround.
All right, we're back. Number 1.
With all due respect to Bill Snyder, Kansas State, the greatest turnaround in college football history. Ohio State and Indiana just flipped spots.
Yeah,
so the last 2 national champions have been from the Big Ten, and 1-2 will again be from B1G.
And I think Ohio State
little bit of
And they met
question.
the
Would it be
Indiana
Georgia
Hoosiers.
at 2? Would it be Ohio State at 2? Committee has looked in the past at, hey, good loss, close loss. We're not going to crush you for it. They don't in the case for the Buckeyes as well, and I think it's probably makes a lot of sense to have them at 2.
Now, we've talked about this quite a bit. Remember, this is different from last year, the first year of the 12-team field, when you had the 4 highest-ranked conference champions getting the byes. Now it's just 1 through 4, no matter what conference you're from. So you have 2 Big Ten teams at the top of the bracket. At number 3, we presume, will be SEC champion Georgia, and it is.
Georgia,
the
SEC
Bulldogs
champ.
avenged their regular season loss to Alabama with an impressive performance in Atlanta yesterday.
Without a doubt. And we came into this thing, I was talking about identity. And when it comes to identity, no one knows who they are more than the Georgia Bulldogs. They are a physical team, and they'll take you to the phone booth. And if you can't deal with them in the phone booth, you got no shot of beating them. Controlling the line of scrimmage. They held Alabama to -3 yards rushing. Hello. And you talk about Gunnar Stockton, his ability to improve throughout the season. And the defense was young early on, but they're seasoned veterans now. I don't think anybody wants to see this version of the Bulldogs.
And somebody's going to, but you'll have to win a game to get there. Remember, last year Georgia got a bye. Didn't work out well for them. Notre Dame beat them in the Sugar Bowl. They'll try to put together a better run this time around. Number 4 in the final bye, meaning not getting a home game. And this is the only bad thing about Big 12 champion Texas Tech. Man, Lubbock would have been electric for a home game on campus. But the Red Raiders, Big 12 champion, their first conference championship since 1954. And the Red Raiders are seeded 4th, and there they are in Lubbock celebrating what Joey McGuire and company have done.
And what they were able to do is beat BYU again. They forced 3 turnovers, beating them the first time in the regular season, came back and did one better, forced 4. That defense against BYU was outstanding. That is a football team. We talk about their offense. Their defense is about as good as we've seen in the country.
Number 5,
so Texas
Oregon.
Tech, and you know what? I believe with that defense, they can make a run. I'm not going to be shocked to see them in the national championship.
That front 4, how they get after the quarterback.
No doubt. We have David Baylor, Romello Hyde in the middle, Lee Hunter, defense, and Jacob Rodriguez, best linebacker in the country, might be a Heisman Trophy finalist, if not winner. Now, team that has a home game, seeded number 5. The Oregon Ducks. So 3 of the top 5 teams in the country are from the Big Ten. Dan Lanning's team will open in Eugene.
And I just love when it comes to Oregon, they know who they are. Dante Moore's been playing outstanding. Kenyon Sadiq, the best tight end in America.
I think this upcoming number is the first one where there could be some drama at 6, because you look at it, all assuming that 11 and 12 are going to be G5 teams that won their conference. Texas, 6 versus 7 is potentially significant when you take into account what your first-round matchup might be. So will it be Ole Miss like it was last week, or will it be A&M, who dropped big time after the loss to Texas?
Greg, that is a tremendous setup, because it plays a huge role in who your first-round opponent is. And it is
about Ole Miss.
Pete Golding's team now seeded 6. They'll play at home against the 11th seed once we get that, which will be one of the last 2 highest-ranked conference champions.
And Oxford is going to be buzzing down there. Good for Pete Golding. He's now the permanent head coach. Lane Kiffin, the coach at LSU, allowed the OC, Charlie Weiss Jr., to come back and call the plays. So now they have a staff together, and they're ready to make a run. Trinidad Chambliss, Kawan Lacey, this defense, they feel really good about what they have now in Oxford, Mississippi.
So Ole Miss will have a home game, the biggest game in the history of Ole Miss football.
Pros will be buzzing.
It will be. They will win the party, and they'll try to win the game. Another home game, seeded 7th.
Texas A&M.
Dig 'em. Mike Elko's team lost its regular season finale at Texas, kept them out of the SEC championship game. Good consolation prize. Home game with the winner getting Ohio State.
And I got to be honest, if I'm A&M, I have a bit of a gripe, frankly, because A&M, you look at their strength of schedule play, they're sitting there at 16. They're sitting one spot behind Ole Miss, whose strength of schedule resides at 40.
The ACC was blown up.
You can say, well,
Duke beating Virginia, because Virginia probably would be in if Virginia would have won. So, and the Duke coach, Manny Diaz, great, hey, congrats on them winning it. He thinks they should have been in. No, sorry, you've lost five times. But congrats on winning the ACC championship. Go ahead. So you got Notre Dame, Texas, possibly Miami. Still
The best win for Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Well, they went to Notre Dame and knocked off the Irish, who might be a top 10 team and a college football playoff team as well. So the first disagreement I have so far, but still, A&M, excellent football team. It'll be a difficult matchup for everybody.
And then the final team to get a home game in this year's college football playoff, Oklahoma. Now, the Sooners have struggled mightily on offense. Their defense
Oklahoma
is
gets a
tough.
home game. Didn't Texas beat Oklahoma?
SEC home games.
And you mentioned the offense. I don't know that I've seen a team in the past few weeks that have defensively made plays when they need to, whether it's a blocked field goal, whether it's a pick six. When their offense has been struggling, the defense has stepped up and made plays, created opportunities to make it easier on their offense. If they can play that way, they have a chance to make a run, but their offense has to get better.
Okay, these are the teams that have the home games, and while I agree with Greg, there's a lot that you could dispute about Ole Miss and Texas A&M and the order there. This was a relatively easy part.
And Texas beat
Okay, now, because of what we mentioned again, I just want to emphasize this. I'm not trying to talk
Alabama still on the list?
But just remember, 2 more conference champions have to go into the field. They are highly unlikely to be ranked in the top 12.
They're in the
12,
SEC.
So they're going to displace 2 teams in the rankings. So that means there are only 2 spots left.
Alabama cannot.
These are the contestants. Alabama was
Notre Dame
lost
and Miami
in the SEC championship game, and the much ballyhooed debate between Notre Dame and Miami. So
Alabama,
number 9, who will go to Norman to take on Oklahoma? And it's Alabama who didn't move. Maybe the game that had Alabama sitting on the bubble, they'll get a chance to avenge that game.
Yeah, and I think when you look at this, you kind of saw it going in this direction already with Ohio State being 2. A team that also lost their conference championship game. They weren't overly penalized. They dropped just 1 spot and flipped the team right behind them to acknowledge the head-to-head. I think they clearly drew conclusions about Alabama based on a 12-game sample size. And that's the way it should be evaluated when you take into account the teams they were being evaluated against had just 12 data points to evaluate. So Alabama needing to get back on track offensively, need desperately to get healthy. But they have an opportunity, like you said, to avenge that regular season loss.
But, you know, I will say this. I understand the concept of not being overly punitive for a conference championship game. But if you're going to play them, they need to have
right now, Alabama,
both ways.
You know, they were
win the conference championship, and what happens if you lose?
They have to count somehow. And we're talking about Alabama maybe having the best win in the sport by going to Athens. They also have one of the worst losses by losing to Florida State. So we
didn't they barely beat Auburn?
I'm surprised at this move right here.
Okay, but the one they will have time for this. You have to define loss by record. Absolutely. If you go by power rankings, Florida State's still top 30. I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm just saying all of these things you factor in and try to define them. So now we're down. We're basically back where we started. There's 1 spot left in terms of at-large teams, and it almost certainly is going to be Miami or Notre Dame. So
Miami or Notre Dame.
Number 10.
Okay, so
and it is Miami.
See, right now I'm thinking these last 2 spots are coming down.
Without playing on the final Saturday, Notre Dame had been ranked ahead of them the entire time.
Like what I just heard.
And now they flipped them, Joey.
Yeah, this is very strange to me. And
head-to-head, Miami beat
they hadn't compared these 2 teams. Well, why not?
They should
humans in they
and
should
what game
absolutely compare these 2 teams. We had a ranking come out on Tuesday. If they were going to flip these 2 teams that did not play, they should have done it on Tuesday. Now, this Miami team, the way they're playing the last few games, they are a very good football team. They have a chance to win just like any other team. But it is strange to me that you have 2 teams that were sitting on the couch yesterday that somehow flipped in their rankings.
I want to take just a second, and then I'll let you make your point, Booger. There's not a lot of difference
to me right now
in terms of the entire body of work. If you're looking at the analytics, Notre Dame's a little bit higher in FPI, which is a forward-looking measure. They're basically the same everywhere else.
So here's the thing, to your point. We do this week in and week out.
Yes.
It's a beauty pageant. Now that the season is done, it's a resume contest. And so it's very easy to go back and compare these 2 teams when it comes to the resume contest, because now the head-to-head has to come going to affect.
Their resume didn't change from Tuesday.
I know, but everybody's resume is complete from the standpoint of
their resume was already complete. But today doesn't change their resume. It was complete when we had the ranking on Tuesday. And so if we're going to make sense of this, as we're trying to watch it play out, if you want it to make sense, then make sense. If the resume was done on Tuesday, and on Tuesday Notre Dame was a better football team, and the resume has not changed a lick. Two teams were sitting on the couch. Somehow,
I agree with
that flipped.
There was one team between them and BYU that lost. It's now moved back. Now, if they're right next to each other, we're assuming BYU's moved back. We don't know that for certain.
Yeah, but Greg, it's true. But the way they do it, it's in larger groups. They should have already been compared. I don't differ with the decision.
Correct.
But now nothing. I agree with Joey. Nothing's changed.
But the entire season is now done, and now we have to compare the head-to-head, guys, and that's what rules.
It should have been.
And they should have gone back and watched it like I did, and like I think several others did. When you watched that game, it might have been a 3-point margin. It felt like
what
more.
What makes you think they didn't?
They did. I think they absolutely did.
They probably did.
So they probably did.
Now, this is obviously the most hot-button topic among these three teams, and we'll have plenty of time for that. But there are two more teams waiting.
Oh, we got two more. Let's go.
We've got two more conference champions to get in. You have to have 5. So the 4th highest-ranked conference champion, number 11, is Tulane.
It's a conference champion.
By the way, this just in. We've seen this before. Ole Miss won by 5 touchdowns in the regular season when they played. Tulane, champion of the American, had a terrific season. But
Notre Dame in Texas.
At the watch party in New Orleans, and there they are. John Summerall, before he heads off to be the head coach of Florida, will coach his team throughout the playoff. And how about that? There's another little twist on this matchup. John Summerall is going to Florida. Pete Golding's now permanent head coach, but Ole Miss without Lane Kiffin.
You mentioned the 5 touchdowns. We also saw Duke in Virginia. It was a rematch last night, and Duke came out. Duke lost by 17, I think, the first time. So just because it was a blowout the first time doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a 5 touchdown. John Summerall is a good coach. I think he'll have his team ready to play.
Okay, let's go to the last spot, the team that will go to Eugene to take on Oregon. And it is James Madison. So you have two group of 5 teams in there. And it's the ACC champion not making it is a little bit alleviated by the fact that they got a large team in the field. And the streamers are flying at JMU. He's on his way out
Virginia
too,
lost,
but he will continue to coach the Duke.
And good for them, too. If you watch that football team, they are a team. In every possible way. Ton of respect for what they do offensively and defensively. I think Bob Chesney is a revolutionary. This guy is big time. An incredible hire by UCLA. But, man, he's got business to attend to because going on the road to Eugene will be a massive task. But I think that team is tough, man. They'll be tough to beat.
Okay, a little bit anti-climate.
Right, we saw it. Let's pause it. All right, so right at the top, James Madison versus Oregon. Oregon, I think, is going to win by 30. That's what I think. I think it'll just be I think it'll be a beatdown. Yeah. Am I right?
I think so.
Okay.
There's just no way James Madison could go as far as.
I mean, it'd be cool. I'll be shocked. It'd be cool. So now we have Texas Tech versus Oregon. Who's winning that game?
I think that would be a great close game. I think Texas Tech.
I think Oregon will beat Texas Tech. And here's why. I think the bye week messes with you. I do. I think the bye week hurts.
I think Oregon.
And you're playing against a team like Oregon?
I think Oregon playing James Madison is going to kind of mess them up. Playing a bad team and then going right into one of the best teams in the country.
I don't know. I think Dan Lenning's a better coach than that. He won't let it get to his players.
I don't know.
Well, that'll be a toss-up for me and you. Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right, Alabama, Oklahoma.
No way, Alabama. It's got to be Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma's going to beat Alabama.
It'll be a good game, but no way.
Here's the thing. Alabama's still a good team, but they have 3 losses, and they just got kind of destroyed by Georgia, and they shouldn't be there. But Oklahoma, we agree, they should win. Oklahoma versus our team, Indiana Hoosiers.
Indiana's going to go.
All day. The basketball school. I love it. Go Hoosiers.
You know Indiana football.
That sounds so cool.
You know they've lost.
I think is Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
New favorite quarterback.
You know they've lost 750 games. Indiana football.
I mean total in their
whole.
That's a lot of losses.
That's almost more than most teams have played ever.
Wow.
And that's the second most lost team ever.
Wow.
And they're
good for them.
They're number 1 in the
so cool.
What?
I love it. It's the best thing about college football.
Okay, so Indiana versus me, Texas Tech. Indiana. I think Indiana's gonna.
Yeah, we're in agreement. Indiana's making it to the national
Yeah.
championship.
No matter who
The
they
heart
play
and
there.
grit of that team. I just think they're
Yes,
gonna be tough to beat. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say about that. All right, Tulane, Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss should beat the
Miss,
brakes off of
yeah.
Tulane. It'd be weird if they don't.
Even
but
without their head coach, I think they can still
yeah,
pull
they're
that
still
off, like-
filled with athletes.
Yeah.
So we got Georgia, Ole Miss.
Oh,
That's a good game. Did they play each other this year? I don't even know. I wonder
did
if they
they?
played
Look
each
that
other.
up. I mean, it's SEC.
What do you
so-
think?
I gotta go Georgia. Georgia's really good right now. They had that one loss. Who did they lose to?
Yeah, they played October 18th. Oh, yeah, this was a crazy game. Georgia won right at the end. They beat Ole Miss 43-35.
So this is
And they
gonna
were
be a
ranked
great
3 and
game.
6 at the time.
This-
Georgia 3, Ole Miss 6. Woo!
So
But
if they play
I
each
think
other, this would be a great
I
game.
will say this. Because Lane Kiffin's not there, Georgia will win. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Georgia
I
will
think
beat
if
Ole
they
Miss.
have Lane Kiffin, they put up an even better fight. But I still think Georgia wins.
Yeah, Georgia wins.
I think Georgia.
All right, Miami, Texas A&M. Now, I do think this is a solid matchup.
It is.
I think this will be a fun game.
But I'm kind of leaning toward Texas A&M. I mean, their schedule, has been like,
I'm with Texas A&M.
and they've been they play sometimes a little like,
Yeah.
they were number 2 at one or number 3 at one point. It's like, I don't know, but I think Texas A&M.
I agree.
So Texas A&M versus Ohio State.
Texas A&M.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Ohio State. I don't think their schedule was that tough, and I think once they played a team like Indiana Hoosiers,
I think Texas A&M.
I think they've got some weapons. I think Sayan is a heck of a quarterback. Obviously, they have Jeremiah Smith, who's just gonna get his bags in the NFL for sure.
Yeah.
They're really, really good. Apparently, they're
Yeah.
gonna have every first round pick going to come from Ohio State. Apparently,
Yeah.
but
After that last
Indiana.
game, I'm like,
So I will say this: I think if Miami beats Texas A&M and played Ohio State, I think Miami beats Ohio State.
really?
I'm gonna say it. Ohio State's out.
Okay, so we have Texas A&M beating. So Texas A&M versus Georgia.
Georgia wins.
Really?
Georgia's in the national championship for me.
Hey, I have I'm gonna say
Texas
A&M.
A&M?
is gonna win.
I'm cool with either way.
Yeah. I don't have any.
I can see Texas A&M beating. I just
The only time I was really not really that big of a Georgia fan was when they kept winning. I was kind of sick of it.
it's annoying watching them
I
win all the
know.
time.
Like when they won 3 times in a row. I was like,
Guys, come on.
So-
Seriously.
But I'm okay with them now. So, but I still think Texas A&M will win.
Okay.
For you, Georgia versus Indiana. For me, Texas A&M. Indiana.
I don't know. That was a quick thing. I mean, yeah, I'll stick with Georgia beats Texas A&M.
Yeah. I mean, either way,
Clearly,
it's
I
fine.
know what I'm talking about. I picked initially back when we first started this months ago. I picked Penn State to win the
Yeah,
whole thing.
Penn
So I
State's-
know what I'm talking about,
How
guys.
is
Listen
Penn
to me.
State not in here? What? How did they not? Where's Florida State? Why are
We
they
never
not?
picked
God, we got
them.
rigged.
We never picked them.
God.
All right, so Indiana in the final versus Texas A&M for you versus Georgia for me. Your national champion, my national champion on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Indiana! I don't care if it's Georgia, if it's Texas A&M, Ohio State. Indiana's winning. There's no team here that I think could beat Indiana.
I'm excited for him. It's one of those stories that's just so cool. I love
Yeah.
the coach, love the players, love the system, and they just, dude, the grit and the determination that they have playing, just
The only
it's
undefeated
inspiring,
team here.
man. I love it.
Only undefeated team that will be. in the
His
playoffs.
interview, Fernando Mendoza, at the end of the game when they
Oh,
won,
he's
it was
emotional.
so
Oh,
emotional.
so
I love
great.
it, dude.
It
He
was
loves
amazing.
it. He loves it.
Yeah.
And he said a quote, which I love. He said, it's pretty much don't become complacent. Don't settle. And that's their motto right now, and
Yeah.
their mantra. This whole year, I mean, at some point, it could have been like, it was a fluke. They won a bunch of games. But when they play a tough team, they're not going to be who they are.
And they just
They
did.
weren't
They
complacent.
played the
They
national
didn't settle.
champion, and they just
Boom.
won.
Number 1 ranking.
Yeah. So we both have Indiana winning. Like that.
Hoosiers.
That's-
Let's go.
Hoosiers.
Hey, man. All right. Well, I'm excited to watch this. I am. I definitely don't think Alabama should be there.
No. Yeah, me as well.
Sorry, Notre Dame. Sorry, Texas. But go
Yeah.
Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers. All right. Thank you guys so much
Make
for
the cut.
watching. Make the cut.
Appreciate y'all.
We're signing off. We hope you all have a great rest of your day, and see ya.
Kolt and Chief.
Back to make the count. Hot takes with Stats Live on Kolt.
Alright, let's move on. The take on nine and set wake up every
So now we're going to do. Oh, you're going to answer this one.
This is good. This movie is going to be very familiar. May I say what a good movie.
Kolt and Chief.
Back to make the count. Hot takes with Stats Live on Kolt.
All right,